You know, I don't know if you have the shoes in the frame, but I put my shoes on like everybody else, okay? Wow. Except there's one major difference. When I put them on, it's time to bench 135. Because that's what's going on in this video today, guys. What's cracking? Omar Isaf here, back with another training video, here to hold myself accountable and also chronicle the greatness that's about to unfold. And by greatness, I mean a new bench PR. I already hit 315 on the incline bench. What's up? What's up? Go. So now the flat bench continues to increase, and I want to talk about simplicity when it comes to training, doing what works best. And I'm not going to try and give you guys any platitudes. I'm going to talk specifically about what I am personally doing in order to increase my bench press and why it's working. And maybe you could take away a lot of different lessons. The short summary for me would be that increasing frequency, managing total volume is always very important. I respond well to higher volume. I want to build muscle, so that makes sense. Now the overhead press doesn't feel as great because of this groin stuff. What does that mean? I lower my overhead pressing sessions by 1 time a week, so now only overhead press once. But instead of benching twice a week, I now bench 3 times a week. So I get to practice a lot more with the bench movement. Overall volume has increased by about 15%, which is very significant. I'm doing a lot more pressing, making sure that I'm not exceeding any RPEs. You won't see really any struggle reps. The most I will go up to is an RPE 9. What you'll also tend to notice is specificity when it comes to the movement. I'll stick to the flat bench press. If I want to get better at the bench press, I will stick to the flat bench press. But more than that, I'm also very specific when it comes to my accessory movements. You see, I basically like to hit it up from 2 different angles. If you notice on my bench press, when I analyze my bench press, where I'm strong, where I'm weak, I have a lot of power off of the chest. Thank you, ass chest. And so I will try and really hone that in and emphasize that. And so I'll do some incline work. I like to do the floor press. I like to do some pause work. So I have a big pop off the chest. That's where a lot of the momentum, a lot of the strength comes from. And then you'll tend to notice I'm much weaker up top. If you take an average person that does the bench press, they probably, they'll stop at some point. You know, it'll start to grind out. But for me, really, increasing my triceps would dramatically increase my bench press. So it's a twofold approach, right? We're obviously sticking to what works, practicing that movement a hell of a lot, the bench press, so benching now 3 times a week, managing volume and intensity. Then point number 2 would be accessory movements. 1, in the first place, that helps emphasize where I'm already strong, and then 2, what works on my weak links. And so we have what's so cool, Force Fitness, we constantly have new pieces of equipment. The ELITEFTS bar, I honestly don't know what it's like a football bar variation that allows a greater range of motion, allows the elbows to tuck. I really do need to work on tricep strength. So doing something very specific like that in my bench workout will yield results for me down the road. And that's why even when I do accessory movements, when it comes to triceps, and I do that, and I learned that from Coach Hamilton, the dumbbell or a kettlebell tricep extension, where it's a dead hang, so from a dead stop, and then you explode and really try and work those triceps, I feel directly carries over to my bench press. So when you take a look at training, and this is my greater point, when you take a look at what someone else is doing, a fitness YouTuber, you should always question why. And if they can't explain why, if they're like, oh, it just feels good, it's like, oh, that's not a good explanation. You have to be methodical, you have to be consistent and intelligent with your effort. And if you do this, you will notice progress. I'm not promising anything dramatic. I bench press 315 on the incline. Probably by the end of the year, I'll do 325 or 330. On the bench press, my best bench press is 365, but by the end of the year, I want to hit maybe 375, 380. Not crazy, 10 to 15 pounds a year, but it adds up. And then really, when you take a look at the length of training you've done, you'll notice how much progress you've made. So I hope the 3 out of 5 Natty King can inspire you to become better. And you can apply this to all the different movements, to your mindset when it comes to training, how you organize different things. Just think a little bit more. Don't overcomplicate things. You don't need to add chains or bands. Well, they are cool tools that you can use in your toolbox. You need to figure out what works for you and what is lacking in your training. Anyways, I got to get out of here. Training is going great. 305 for 5 sets of 4. That's a volume PR, and it's feeling pretty damn good. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, if you like these Stranger Things kicks, make sure to like the damn video, leave a comment below, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace.